My name is TIziana Rinaldi Castro and I'm a writer, a novelist and a poet. I was born in Sala Consilina, which is a small town close to Salerno in Italy, and I was raised there until I was about 18 years old, and then I came to New York and I live in Brooklyn. I came here because I was in love with Walt Whitman, and I was in love with Herman Melville, and I especially was in love with music. I know the city by heart. This is the only place I know. Maybe it's the only thing that I can write about so deeply.
She knows New York better than I do. She knows New York like a taxi driver.
On foot. A taxi driver on foot. That's my description of myself. I'm a taxi driver on foot.
Okay.
Give me a kiss. Ciao, bello.
Be good.
Yeah, I'll try.
Be great. Be awesome.
The relationship that I have with the place is pretty dramatic, I would say. I came over here when I was very young, and then I left it for a little while, about 6 years, which to me were excruciatingly painful, even though I've learned a lot because I went to Colorado, I was happy, I did different things over there. I've always missed it so tremendously. When I returned right after the Twin Towers fell, because I felt like I couldn't be separated from the place. I felt like my place was over here. I felt like somebody had died and I needed to come back home. I felt like I wasn't going to miss this funeral, because if I did, I was going to be sort of cursed, like somebody in your family passed away, you need to go. When something like that happens in your life, you realize that the connection is much deeper, it's visceral, and that no matter where you were born, you need to be over there. Because of the fact that I have this particular condition, it's a neurological condition that it's called the prosopagnosia, I don't recognize faces, and unfortunately I don't recognize places as well. I don't have any sense of orientation whatsoever. As a result, which is pretty interesting from a literary point of view, the city is constantly new to me. I've been here for 25 years, and there are times in which I enter a place and it is totally unfamiliar to me, even though I might have been there 10, 15, 20 times. The condition that I suffer from can be very disturbing, but for what I am concerned, in the way that I walk in the city and that I live the city, I don't live it too dramatically, and I actually try to make it work for me. Walking into the city is definitely different, of course, than driving, and because you are completely immersed in every step that you take, and the city unveils itself slowly, you know. Also, you don't have to pay attention to anything but what you want to pay attention to. I never know when I'm going to be, I never know where I'm going to go. I let myself being carried by whatever I see. The Lower East Side is the backbone of New York City, you know, it's the sweat of this town. The immigration that has occurred over there, you know, it's been very, very specific, and you have the Polish people, you have the Russian Jews, and then you have the Italians that have arrived at a certain point, and then you have the Irish people. Each and every one of them is a great testament to the profound faith in the American dream, which I am too. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. And I don't care if people are going to think of me as some sort of like an innocent, crazy, you know, woman who actually believes in it, but I do. I believe in the innocence of that dream, which is the same one of Herman Melville, is the same one of Walt Whitman, because I believed in those words that I came over here, and I still do after all of these years. I have not regretted one step. Getting lost is my condition, and even if I do have a goal, I have very graciously surrendered to the fact that I most likely won't get to where I'm going. I already have a husband, so New York is my wife. And to me, it's like no matter where I'll be with my wife, so it's gonna be okay. Then at one point, I'll have to go back to my husband. My wife is very understanding, and so is my husband, so they pretty much know about each other, and at one point I'll have to take the subway and come back home.